What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Diari. Just wanted to introduce myself to the space. Got inspired by many content creators. Decided to go ahead and start my own channel. So on this channel, we're all about Black male empowerment, Black male agency. We're also actions driven and result oriented over here. So what do we mean by that? So obviously, having Black male agency means having agency over those that fall under you, whether that's your wife, your woman, your children, parents if you're taking care of them, and so forth. Empowerment. With Black male empowerment, my aim and my goal is to share knowledge, information, things that I've experienced or things that I view in the world, and share it with those that choose to watch this channel so that you can better yourself, gain power, and therefore, as a result, make moves, be informed mentally, financially, spiritually, and you can elevate yourself to a higher level. Last but not least, we're all about actions over here, being action driven. In other words, you have a plan, you have a goal, your actions are leading towards that. The results are the end game. What is the result? How are you trying to get there? Not just about that talk over here. If you just want to talk, well, all you got to do is open your mouth. But if you're going to talk, have conversation, dialogue, then when you engage with people on this channel or on future panels, then as a result, I would hope you would take away and learn something. So, with that all being said, um, this is a red pill space. In other words, we seek the truth no matter how hard that pill is to swallow. We as Black men, um, unfortunately, more times than not, don't realize reality until we are well into our 30s, 40s, and we have a hard time accepting a lot of truths. So, as I stated, this is a red pill space. There's many content creators that have paved the way for me, inspired me, encouraged me um, to do what I need to do. So, shout out to the Manosphere. Uh, Shout out to Angry Man, Masculine Mercenaries. Definitely played a big part in getting me to go ahead and express myself, had these conversations, and at the same time, take action. So when you come to this space, I hope the takeaway for you is that ideals, concepts, whether they apply to you or whether they apply to people you know, they'll benefit you and help you to be a better person as a Black man. That being said, now that we got the intro out the way, one of the most recent things I saw that I'm about to go in on was Insecure, episode 8, season 5. So I was watching the show, which displays a lot of, how shall we say, um, shenanigans. And while I'm watching it, there's a scene about halfway through it where Molly is sitting down with her mother, her father, two siblings, and a financial planner to do some estate planning. Now, keep in mind, Molly's parents are at least in their 60s, 70s, so they're definitely boomers, right? Molly's a Gen Xer. She's in her 30s to 40s. I don't know exactly what her age is. I don't watch the show like that on a weekly basis. That all being said, so you have Molly's mother, father on one side, and you got Molly, the planner, and her two brothers on the other side. So they start talking about money, which can be a sensitive topic, especially when you don't have any, right? So the youngest brother, who appears to be somewhat against conflict, says, I'm going to go make some tea. I'm going to make some tea. Anybody want some tea? Right? And takes off. Got a problem with that. The reason why I have a problem with that is if you can't handle conflict, you can't handle discussions about money amongst your own family, how are you going to get out here in the real world and deal with other men? Other men are going to look at you. How are you going to deal with a woman that expects you to know the answers? Expects you to figure things out. And is going to shit test you. But you sitting back, I'm going to go get some tea. Right? So anyway, he leaves the room. So Molly and her other brother asked the dad about, do you have a IRA? Do you have a SERP? And we're going to talk about those things in this channel as well. Finances are going to be a big topic. So the dad replies, no, gives the I don't know what that is type look, right? So then Molly goes, well, do you have, what about the 401k? Right? She's all excited and thinking, oh, they got to have money in that. Well, the dad takes a big sigh and says, well, I spend most of that money, taking care of your mom's medical bills for a stroke. So the son, oldest one, looks at the parents, looks at Molly, and then the little brother comes back in. We don't have any tea. So then the older brother says, well, what if something happens to mom again? Who's going to take care of that? Right? So the dad gets upset and says, I don't like your tone. I don't like where this is headed. Right? He feels somewhat emasculated by the fact that he doesn't have any money, right, left over to take care of his wife when he passes away. So the mother and the father also talk about how they're going to basically divide the house up equally amongst the kids, and that's pretty much all they have. So then the financial planner says, well, I know some families that only had a older car with a stick shift to give to their parents or to their children. It happens all the time. Of course, this financial planner is black, right? And so the dad then takes a deep sigh and says, I just show, hey, I worked 50 years and I ain't got nothing to show or pass on to my family, right? And so the mother and Molly go, that's okay. That's not true. You gave us plenty. You gave us love. So the conversation continues, and the financial planner starts saying some goofy stuff, talking about how, it's not too late to start. You can open up a college fund for future grandkids. And, when you call the bank, they always smile and happy to hear from you. And of course, the mother, being aloof, is like, that is show right, right? So there's a few things. I had a problem with that whole encounter, right? 50 years, you worked in one place and you don't have anything to show for it. Granted, yeah, his wife had a stroke, had to pay medical bills. I get that. But it's showing to 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, women, and the men that watch the show that as a patriarch, he's incompetent. Because how do you go through life and not have any money put to the side? How do you work 50 years and you don't manage your finances? You don't know what's going on, right? You at the end of the rope. And so the fact that the brother, or correction, yeah, the oldest brother got upset, it was partially because of the fact that he was concerned about his mother, but it was more along the lines that he was going to have to foot the bill if something were to happen, or him and his siblings. That's why he got upset, right? But he's supposed to be the next patriarch of the family. Instead of being solution oriented, he makes it seem like it's a problem. So one thing could have solved all this. You know what that is? Life insurance. It's cheap. It's accessible. It doesn't cost that much. You can get a $100,000 life insurance policy for anywhere from $20 to $40 a month, depending on age, gender. But in their cases, they could have got a policy over the 50-year span, but that was never mentioned. Life insurance leads to generational wealth. Life insurance takes care of bills. Life insurance is non-taxable, right? But because dad didn't do it, mom didn't do it, they struggling. Which brings me back to my original point of earlier that patriarch is seen as a non-capable man, a man that's not able to handle business, a man that's not dependable. So this is consciously and subconsciously shared to millions of people that tune in to watch this show. And of course, when you're not competent, your woman, your wife, your your daughters, your sisters, they all looking at black men like, well, he can't do it. I'll just go ahead and do it myself. I can't depend on him to do it because I'm gonna be struggling. So I'll just get it done myself and bring him along for the ride. Gotta do better. 2021 is coming to an end. 2022 is on deck. One of the easiest things to pass on generational wealth is life insurance. Simple to set up. The earlier you do it, the cheaper it is. All you gotta do is pay your policy. You pay your policy, it's in effect. Your wife, your children, they'll have the money. Bury you, and then, they can go ahead and take that money, do whatever with it for their family, right? Create some generational wealth, pass on your legacy, can move forward to the next generation so they can be successful and do more than what you did, right? That's one of the main things that any man or father has. He wants his kids to do better than he did. And he's going to put them in a position to do that, not let them figure it out or leave them struggling at 18 when they didn't know nothing about the real world. So that's my review about Insecure, season 5, episode 8. We're going to talk about a lot of different topics. Again, finances, current events, wealth, relationships. But as I stated earlier, our primary focus is black male empowerment, black male agency, and to have discussions that are results oriented, actions driven. So this your boy Diari. Let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll holler at you on the next one.